Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Chaos Wolf here, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Again, we are on the test server, and we are having a look at a new ship. So you know what time it is ship review time, and today we are taking a look at the second new ship that is being introduced into the 1.3 Power Play update, the Imperial Courier, the little sister to the Imperial Clipper. And the emphasis is on the word little. Again, this is a small platform ship, so yeah, and doesn't it look nice? Again, not my kind of cup of tea always, because I do prefer the more bulky ships, but this is kind of a bit of a nice kind of compromise. I really do like the landing gear. It looks like a mechanical work of art. Just take a look at that. That looks amazing. And again, as with all Imperial style ships, they have the separated drive pods. And well, actually no, they're not drive pods. They're not drive pods at all. They are actually just external side pods. The drives are actually mounted in the back of the ship, so I'm not sure what purpose, apart from actually housing the weapons, that these little pods actually do, what their actual job is. But either way, this is a good looking little ship. And again, as we saw last time with the Diamondback, you can actually see your commander in the cockpit now. Now I say this is a little ship, it's still huge in comparison to the commander. But anyway, that's enough gushing over the actual ship itself. So what we're going to do is we are going to jump back and first of all have a look around the cockpit. So first thing you'll notice is the rounded not exactly the pylons, the reinforcement bars here for the cockpit. 'Cause this cockpit is a bubble cockpit, and it makes me think of like an F-22 fighter jet or something. Again, it's following the theme of the Imperial ships. We have very, very good line of sight lines out of the ship. We can see a lot out of here. And looking around at the cockpit itself, you can see that it's very, very nicely put together. All the moulded plastics, leathers, the vinyls, everything. It is a very, very good looking cockpit, but we don't expect anything different from the Imperial ships. Right, so next thing we want to go and do is we want to go and have a look at the stats of this ship. Right, okay, we are going to have a look at the Imperial Courier in the stored ships section, because I can't buy it at this spaceport. The only reason I came here is because there's everything else I need here. Okay, so first of all, let us have a look at the top speed. The top standard speed is 280 meters per second, which really isn't that bad at all, and the boost speed goes to 380 meters per second. So let's have a look at that in comparison to a Viper, let's say. Same comparisons we were making before. Okay, so stored ship, 280, shipyard, 310. So the standard cruising speed is slower than a Viper, but the boost speed is also ever so slightly slower. So, well, so obviously the Viper is always going to be one of, if not the fastest ship in the game. So looking at the maneuverability here, it actually shows you that, well, it says that the maneuverability is 0. But we know that these maneuverability scores are extremely deceptive. So I am expecting better things from this ship. I mean, I haven't flown it all that much. All I did was buy it in an Imperial system and fly it back to this starport. What else? The frame shift drive ranges. The laden range is 7.7 light years, because it comes as standard with with about 8 tons of cargo space, I think. And unladen range, 8.83. So it's not bad for a stock jump range. I mean, let's have a look at the Viper. I mean, the Viper range is under 7, so we've already got a big boost there. Shields, they are 230 on the shields, and that is better than the Viper, apparently, according to this. Actually, let's compare it as well to the Diamondback. So yes, way better shields than the Diamondback, apparently. But as to the armour, the Diamondback actually wins out there. Hull mass, wow. Apparently the Courier is only 35 tons. Wow. Okay. Whereas the Diamondback is 170 tons. Now going back to the Viper, 60 tons and 35 tons. So it's even lighter than a Viper. It must be made out of carbon fibre or something. Which, looking at all Imperial ships, it wouldn't surprise me. But now, onto the hardpoints, we can see that we have 4 utility mounts. It's getting pretty much standard in these kind of mid-range fighters slash whatever ships they are. But the weapon hardpoints are kind of interesting. We have 3 medium hardpoints. So, even though it has 3 medium and the Diamondback and the Viper both have 2 medium and 2 small. So in the end, you are actually getting slightly more firepower out of the Diamondback. But with the odd arrangement of hardpoints here, it allows this ship to run slightly differently. You can run all beam weapons if you wish, because they are all medium hardpoints. But anyway, that's enough looking at the stats. Let's go and have a look at the outfitting department. Okay, so let's take a look at outfitting. Now, just look at that. Did you see that? Let's exit out and actually go back in again. Just look at how the side weapon mounts actually open up. That is gorgeous. I actually showed a preview of this to Dark Widow, and I'm pretty sure he giggled like a schoolgirl. He was that happy at this. But anyway, like I said, we have 3 medium hardpoints. We have 2 on the weapon pods on the outside, and we also have 1 mounted underneath the ship. We also have the standard sweep of 4 utility mounts. So it would appear 2 on the upper superstructure of the ship and 1 on one on the top of each drive pod. Weapon pod, it would appear. So let's have a look at the internal compartments. I'm not going to really worry too much about looking at everything else apart from the sizes, because all the prices are off in here anyway, so there's no point of me actually looking at them. But power plant, it's you can go up to an A4. Where are we? Class descending. There we go. So it gives us, again, 15.6 megawatts of power output maximum. So it's the same as the Cobra, same as the Vulture, same as the Diamondback. Thrusters are grade 3 thrusters, grade 3 frameshift drive. Unfortunately, this station doesn't seem to have an A3, so I can't exactly tell you what the best jump range is, but with a B3 it takes you up to a standard of 15.43. So I am guessing that with an A it'll take you close to 20. So I'm reckoning around about 19 to 20 light years jump range. Life support is only a class 1, so that's not going to cost you a great deal. Power distributor is grade 3, grade 2 sensors, and then we move on to the sweep of the internal compartments, the multi-purpose components inside. And to start with, we get 12 tons of cargo space, 2 sets of 4 and 2 sets of 2. But also, strangely enough, as standard, it actually comes with a class 2 shield generator. So we can quite happily actually just bump this up to a class 3 slot and get class 3 shields instead. Now, apparently the shields on this are actually very, very good. And I'm not letting the fact that it's a Class 3 maximum for shields deter me at all, because the Viper itself has a maximum of Class 3 shields. But the Viper has some of the strongest shields in the game for its class of ship, for that type of fighter. But yes, so we have pretty much, after the fuel tank, we have 2 Class 3, 3 Class 2, and 1 Class 1 internal compartments. So I do find that this ship may actually serve quite well as a pirate, as a small pirate ship perhaps, because you do have a good selection of internal compartments. It is also possibly going to be a little better at the exploration side of the ship. But more on that in a little bit. I want to test something out, because flying it to here, I noticed something that I'm going to bring up with you guys in a moment. But the first thing we're going to do is now we're actually going to go and arm this baby. And what I'm thinking, are on class descending, so that's good, is I am going to go for beam lasers, because I had a look at these earlier, and I actually think that they are the best looking weapons to actually fit onto this, because it looks like it carries on the lines of the ship. So I'm going to go for 2 gimbaled beam lasers. And as to the bottom, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to mount there. I think what I might actually do is I am actually going to go and mount a gimbaled cannon, perhaps, because the medium cannons actually look very, very nice. And as it comes out white and blue, it actually looks like it fits with the theme of this ship. I'm going to give it a go, see how it works, and you guys can decide whether or not it's actually worth keeping or not. I mean, maybe you want to put missiles down here, maybe you want to put more laser weapons, I don't know. But that's pretty much how we're going to have this ship set out, because we're still within our power draw, so that's not a problem at all. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go jump outside and have a look at the acceleration, deceleration, and the maneuverability of this ship. Okay, so here we are outside, and the first thing we're going to look at is how fast does this ship actually accelerate. Now pay attention to the engine sounds as well. Now this ship accelerates extremely quickly. So what we do now is we're also going to decelerate, see how quickly that happens. So it does accelerate much faster than it actually decelerates. But now let's try a boost start. So yes, we accelerate extremely fast with the boost, but that's kind of obvious. I just wanted to show you what it actually does. So let's see how well this thing actually maneuvers. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for a boost turn. So boosting while turning does make it so we actually turn really quickly. But let's actually slow down to combat speed and actually see how easy this thing is to actually move around. And I'm not finding a great deal of problem with actually maneuvering this ship around. It does feel fairly maneuverable. I do think that the Diamondback does actually have the edge on maneuverability, but this ship certainly is no slouch in that area either. But let's move on to the combat testing. Alright guys, now that we're actually in this resource extraction side, we actually have things that we can use to actually emphasize and show off how maneuverable this ship actually is, so we can actually give it a reference point. So we can quite easily dance around these rocks. So let's boost around this one. I don't have the power in my capacity yet. Come on. We want to dance. But as you can see, this ship does, with the standard thrusters, actually drift a lot more than the Diamondback does. Now what have we got here? Oh, we have a Python. Are you wanted, though, is the question. Yes, you are. So, what we're going to do is target the power plant, because I do believe that the power plant is now less of a critical system, if I am correct in my thinking. Whoops, I accidentally targeted someone else, but oh well. Wow, those beam lasers really do take a lot of power. So probably I should have actually put some pulse lasers in for, the for this test. But either way, we are actually doing some decent damage to this guy. And I do like the sound of the cannon actually hitting. It's a very big thump. And it kind of goes a bit weird with this ship. It's such a dainty little ship. And hearing it's actually causing such an impact on an enemy ship. But I do think that if you actually want to use beam lasers, you're probably better actually upgrading the power supply. Well, not just the power supply, but the power distributor as well. There we go, we've got him. And 60,000 credits certainly isn't bad. But you can see that the Diamondback does have the edge in maneuverability over this ship. Okay, so we have another Python here. So, let's see. Beam lasers, fully pipped into weapons. Let's see. Wow, that capacitor drains really fast. But then again, we do only have the stock power distributor, so yeah, it's kind of to be expected. But just look at how fast they actually melt the shields of this Python. And at this range, we can't really miss with the cannon. And you can see just how much damage we're doing with every shot of our cannon. But I am wondering as to whether a multi-cannon might actually be better. Or even just having full laser weapons. Because I know how a lot of bounty hunters do actually prefer to carry nothing but laser weapons. There we go. That's that one down. It took us a little while. Let's go and see if this guy is wanted. I do believe he will be. Let's see how we do again. So let's see how we do against a smaller target. Come here, Ticey. Yeah, well, obviously there's the limitations of the cannon. It is not as good at hitting smaller, faster-moving targets. But when it does a lot of damage. I mean, we're behind him now. Let's fire, and there we go. But I do feel like the beams are actually doing more damage. Come back here, you. You're not getting away from me. Right, we're beating him on the turn ever so slightly, but let's get a bit of distance. There we go. So yeah, I am feeling that the multi-cannon may be a better fit for this ship, even though the cannon does look like it fits way better. Here we go, we have a wanted Cobra. Let's try out and see how we are against a Cobra. Come back here, you. Get your ass back here. Now again, you can just hear the sound of the engines. And again, we missed with the cannon. That's the only real problem with cannons, is their complete lack of velocity. There we go, managed to hit him. We pretty much got him in where he can't escape now. Right, that last 3% wasn't worth wasting a cannon shell on. Ooh, dropship. You guys are always wanted. So let us see how this works against a dropship. So he is coming to scanners. Let's not give him the chance to actually to actually do anything. So let's get ourselves behind him. We should be coming up behind him now. There we go. Shields are down. And one of the great things about the dropship is its size, and that is working well for us. So we can actually land our cannon shells a lot more easily. Even though I say that and I do manage to miss one. He's flying evasive maneuvers. Come back here, you.
Target shields online. Target shields offline.
Yeah, we need to get closer. Let's boost in. There you are.
Target shields online.
Ah, typical.
Target shields offline.
Now, I'm not having much trouble with my shields at the moment, but then again, I am not actually getting hit all that much. Ooh, direct hit. I saw that one going in. But against this bigger ship, the cannon shells are not actually doing as much as I would hope them to be doing. So I am thinking that the cannon is not exactly the best weapon for this ship, despite how pretty it looks. I think we've got him. There we go.
Target destroyed.
But there we go. I think that's enough combat practice. I think what we need to do now is go and see how this thing docks. But first of all, we're going to go check what I was wondering about. And you'll see what that is in a moment. Well, you may be asking yourselves, why am I hanging around a star? And this is actually what I wanted to check, because there has been a lot of speculation that this ship will make a nice little explorer ship. So I'm going to go and find out how... Because when I was flying over and fuel scooping, I was finding that, if you can see it there, the heat on this ship rises so fast when you go anywhere near a star.
Warning, taking heat damage.
There we go. So I barely even touched the corona of that star, and yet the heat just went and shot straight up. So actually using this ship as an explorer and actually scooping fuel with this ship might prove problematic. So I just wanted to bring that to your guys' attention before we actually went on. But now we're going to go and see how this ship actually docks, and then we're going to go and see what I think of this ship. Alrighty, so let's see how easily we can actually get this this bird put down. So let's get in. We're on pad 44. There it is. So let's spin and drop our landing gear.
Docking successful.
Dropped that down a little bit harder than I expected, but yeah. But it does seem as though this ship drifts a little bit more, well, a lot more, than the Diamondback does. The Diamondback does seem to have a bigger edge on maneuverability over this ship. But anyway, let's jump back into the hangar and let's see what I thought about this ship. So, what do I think of the Imperial Courier? I think it's a nice little ship. It's a very nice addition to the Imperial Navy and the general list of ships that are in the game as is. Do I think it's a little bit more form than function? Hell yes, I do. I think it looks really nice, but it doesn't perform as well as I would like it to. I mean, it performs well enough, but I just think that the Diamondback actually just fills the role so much better. At least in combat, anyway. But I do feel that this ship will make an absolutely amazing pirate ship. And it is nice that Imperial players will actually have a dedicated Imperial ship that they can use as a pirate ship. They won't just be relegated to using Cobras and dropships and so on. Well, not dropships. Clippers and so on. But it is a nice little ship. But I do think, that, personally, I prefer the Diamondback more. But I know a lot of you are going to disagree with me. But that's fine. It's all about how you prefer to play the game yourselves. But like I said, I do think that this ship is going to make a very, very good pirate ship. I think it's going to make a decent combat ship. But as to this ship actually being an explorer, which is what a lot of people were hoping for, I somehow don't think that's going to actually happen, unless the problems that we saw when we were overheating at that start, unless they are just bugs that are kind of not supposed to be happening in the beta. Unless that is just a bug and that's going to be fixed, then I don't think this ship's going to make a good explorer ship at all. But all in all, it is a nice little ship. It is not the kind of ship I personally prefer. I do prefer the tougher looking ships. So I am definitely going to be getting myself a Diamondback. But this is a very nice ship. I do hope you guys like it, because I know a lot of you will. I already know that Commander Dark Widow is pretty much pre-ordering himself one as we speak. But anyway guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button. It really does help this channel out. And if you haven't already, please do hit that big subscribe button to join the Wolfpack. You will get updates from whenever I release new videos. And remember, Commanders, until next time, keep flying and stay shiny.